In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 college football games happening on November 25th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Bowling Green versus Massachusetts. We have reached the last Tuesday of midweek action, and the road leads to Amherst for a lone matchup that feels heavier than the record suggests. Bowling Green heads east to face Massachusetts at McGurk Alumni Stadium. The numbers on paper look rough. Bowling Green sits at 3-8, Massachusetts sits at 0-11. Still, this game holds weight for the people on the field. It is senior day for Massachusetts. It is the last chance to avoid a winless season. The home crowd will show up even if the scoreboard has not been kind all year. Across the field, Bowling Green enters the final stretch of a season marked by change and uneven play under first-year head coach Eddie George. The oddsmakers have them giving more than 2 touchdowns on the road, which is a large spread for a team with 3 wins. Bowling Green's offense looks different this year. They no longer have Terrion Stewart, their power back who left for Virginia Tech in the offseason. That loss pushed them toward a new identity built around graduate transfer quarterback Drew Pine. Pine has seen bright lights before from his time at Notre Dame and Arizona State. He knows how to run an offense, but his play has swung from sharp to shaky. The ground game behind him, now led by redshirt freshman Cameron Petaway, has not given the team the steady late-game push they once relied on. Drives stall, leads slip. The Falcons move the ball but do not always finish drives with points. It leaves them in tight spots even against teams with losing records. Massachusetts enters with fewer wins but more urgency. Senior day brings emotion, and this roster wants to avoid the mark of an 0-12 season. Their offense has found a small spark with Grant Jordan at quarterback. He arrived from the Ivy League, and he moves well enough to stretch plays and find yards on broken downs. That skill matters here because Bowling Green has had trouble keeping mobile quarterbacks in check. When plays extend, lanes open, Jordan should find enough space to move the chains and keep his offense on the field. It is clear that Massachusetts sits at the bottom of the college football landscape. The results speak for themselves. This is a program that has not won a game since last October, and each week has looked like another step in a long rebuild. Even so, the matchup forces us to look past their record and consider the team on the other sideline. Bowling Green enters with its own problems, and those problems shape this game as much as anything Massachusetts has done. Bowling Green has dropped 5 straight games. The offense has struggled from the first month of the season through the last. They rank 129th in total offense, which places them near the very end of the national list. They also sit 124th in scoring offense, which explains why they have trouble building or holding any sort of lead. They move the ball in short bursts, then stall, drives sputter, points stay off the board for long stretches. When an offense looks like this deep into the year, it becomes hard to trust them in any spot that requires margin. The trends against the spread tell the same story. Bowling Green has failed to cover in 5 of its last 6 games. They also sit at 1-6 ATS in their last 7 games when listed as a double-digit favorite. These numbers reflect how often they fall short of expectations. When the market gives them a large cushion, they rarely meet it. They play close games or lose outright. These patterns matter because they show how the team performs when it is supposed to control the matchup. We have also seen this movie before. At about the same point last season, Bowling Green lost outright to Arkansas State despite entering as a double-digit favorite. It was a reminder that a team with a weak offense and a shaky track record in big spread situations does not become reliable just because the opponent carries a poor record. It also showed that the gap between bad and worse can shrink when one side cannot score. All of this leads to a steady conclusion. Massachusetts is a struggling team, but that alone does not justify laying a large number with another team that struggles in key areas. Big Chalk demands trust, and Bowling Green has not shown they can earn it. Massachusetts does not need a miracle to stay within the spread. They only need to meet the moment in their last home game. They have shown enough late in the year to suggest they can do that. As our first pick for this matchup, the Massachusetts Minutemen to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Falcons score 18.3 points per game. Their offense leans on the run, and they call run plays on 57% of their snaps. That approach sets their identity, even though their ground game ranks 72nd in the nation. They now face a defense that has struggled all season to stop the run. Massachusetts sits at 135th against the run and allows 38 points per game. Those numbers show why opponents stay on schedule and finish long drives with ease. When a team ranked that low in run defense meets an offense committed to running the ball, the matchup tends to tilt towards steady gains and repeated scoring chances. The Minutemen bring their own set of numbers that shape this game. They average 10.8 points per game. They throw the ball on 57% of their snaps, which puts the weight of their offense on the passing game. That passing game ranks 126th in the nation, so they often struggle to push the ball downfield or sustain long drives. They face a Bowling Green defense that matches up better with what they want to do. The Falcons rank 48th against the pass and give up 25.2 points per game. This defense holds its own against most passing attacks, but it still gives up points when drives stretch across multiple possessions. The history between these teams offers one more clear note. The last two meetings between the Falcons and Minutemen both went over the total. Those games showed what happens when each side finds enough space to move the ball and when neither defense tightens in key moments. Even with offensive flaws on both sides, the matchups between these programs have produced scoring that exceeds the posted number. Many people see two struggling teams in late November and lean toward the under. The problem is that neither defense supports that instinct. Massachusetts has allowed close to 38 points per game. Their secondary plays thin, and opponents find easy throws in open windows. If Pine throws in rhythm and leans on receivers like RJ Garcia too, Bowling Green should score with little resistance. This matchup gives them room to push the ball downfield more than they have in recent weeks. Bowling Green's defense has its own issues. They allow more than 25 points per game and give up long stretches of the field. Their pass rush does not consistently disrupt plays, and offenses with mobile quarterbacks have drawn big gains. With Jordan leading a quicker pace for Massachusetts, long drives and sudden strikes are both in play. When Massachusetts falls behind, they pick up the tempo. That tempo often leads to more possessions on both sides, which means more chances for scoring. Neither team shuts down drives. Neither team delivers steady pressure up front. The result is a style of game that leans toward points rather than stops. Both teams prefer to push the ball rather than grind the clock. Bowling Green often ends up in shootout-type games. Massachusetts often plays from behind and throws to stay afloat. Put these traits together with two defenses that give up yards in chunks, and the total posted for this game looks too low for the matchup on the field. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Western Michigan versus Eastern Michigan. We are heading to Ypsilanti for a classic midweek meeting on the gray turf known as the Factory. The setting shapes the matchup as much as the teams. The turf looks flat and cold under the lights, and the surface creates a tone that fits the home team's style. The rivalry tends to ignore records, since the games often shift on field position and pressure rather than clean numbers. The visiting team depends on rhythm on offense, built through tempo and spacing. The home team prefers contact, compression, and long stretches of field where the opponent sees nothing easy. The atmosphere favors that approach. The cold settles in early, the lights cast a sharp hue across the gray field, and the visitors often react with hesitation. The home program has shaped an identity around games that lack flow. Their coach leans into that identity. Their history at home as an underdog shows a pattern. They stay patient, avoid panic, and force opponents to earn every yard. Their defense tends to stop timing routes, and their front knows how to crowd the line. They use that front to unsettle an offense that depends on a smooth exchange and clear lanes. The rivalry adds weight to each snap. Senior night adds its own charge. The trenches decide long stretches of these matchups, and each unit knows the habits of the other. The home team often uses that familiarity to shorten the game. They slow drives, push the line, and make every possession feel tight. The setting at this point in the season helps that plan. The air cools fast in Ypsilanti, the ball loses give, and throws take more effort. The gray turf reflects the overhead glare, which makes the field feel flatter and narrower. The home defense uses that effect well. They press gaps and compress angles. They create hesitation in an offense that relies on clean timing. They also feed on the crowd's steady pressure. The visitors' offense has shown good moments during the season, but long drives on this field often lose pace. The physical style of the home team's front leads to short gains that stack up. The rivalry has seen this pattern many times, with both teams pushing through long, low-scoring stretches. As our first pick for this matchup, the Eastern Michigan Eagles to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Late-season games in this stadium often turn into slow battles. The temperature dips, the ball hardens, wind moves across the field in uneven bursts. These conditions punish quick strike units. They help grounded, patient defenses. The visitor has played many games that lean low scoring. Their average points allowed reflects discipline, with a mark that ranks near the top tier of the country. They rely on the run, which drains time and reduces the number of drives. The home team also plays with a measured style on offense. Their yards per play show a unit that works for every gain. The visitor ranks near the bottom nationally in that metric. The home team stands in the middle of the pack. Both defenses have allowed few points during recent win streaks, and both units show strong tackling and sound spacing. The rivalry strengthens this pattern. Both staffs know the calls, the signals, and the rhythms. They call plays that protect field position. They run the ball often, which keeps the clock moving. Red zone trips often end with field goals rather than touchdowns. The hits grow louder as the game wears on. Tackling stays clean and firm. Big plays stay rare. The wind and cold help the defenses set their footing. November games in this league often tilt into odd but low-scoring results. Possessions take time, and both teams value the ball. The total number of points tends to stay low. Offenses in this matchup often work through crowded boxes and shrinking space, which creates long drives with few explosive gains. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.